You spend so much time trying to be chosen, trying to be liked, trying to be enough in the eyes of someone who hasn't even decided if they're worthy of you. You wait for texts that never come. You analyze conversations to death. You bend, you mold, you shrink just to fit inside a space someone else designed, hoping that if you make yourself small enough, they'll finally see your value. But the truth is, if you have to shrink to be loved, it's not love you're chasing. It's survival. Somewhere along the way, you started believing that being loved meant being accepted in pieces, that if you showed too much emotion, too much ambition, too much care, you'd scare them off. So you filtered your heart, you hid your truth, you gave just enough to be tolerated, not enough to be deeply known, and in doing that, you lost something sacred, yourself, trust. But let me tell you what changes everything. The moment you realize that love doesn't require proof, that affection isn't something to be earned, that if someone really wants to be in your life, they won't need convincing, that's when it starts to shift. That's when the energy changes, because when you stop auditioning for a part in someone else's life, you finally become the main character in your own. You start speaking with clarity. You flirt without pretending. You walk into rooms like your presence is a gift, not a question. You stop looking for who's watching you, and you start asking yourself how you feel in that space. And that kind of presence is magnetic. Because most people are still performing, most people are still trying to be liked, but not you, not anymore. You're done pretending you don't care. You're done acting cool when you actually feel deeply. You're done laughing at things that aren't funny just to keep the peace. You're done saying yes when your whole body is screaming no, because every time you betray yourself for comfort, you teach the world that your boundaries don't matter. You teach them that your needs are negotiable, and they are not. You were not made to live in a constant state of almost seen, almost loved, almost chosen. That kind of life is exhausting, and it's not the one you deserve. What you deserve is someone who looks at your complexity and doesn't flinch, who hears your truth and leans in closer, who doesn't need to be convinced of your value because they feel it in the way you move, the way you speak, the way you know yourself. But before you attract that kind of energy, you have to become it. You have to stop seeking validation from people who can't even validate themselves. You have to stop putting your heart in the hands of people who don't know what to do with their own. You have to stop hoping that your love will heal someone who hasn't even admitted they're bleeding. Your love is not a bandage, it's not a currency, it's not a tool to fix broken people. Your love is a mirror. It reflects everything someone is ready to receive. But only if they're looking, only if they're awake. So be awake. Be so awake to your worth that you don't chase anything, not a person, not a title, not a temporary high disguised as connection. You want something real. Be real, flirt with your soul, not your mask. Show up as you are, not who you think they'll want. Speak with heart, not with strategy. You think flirting is about being clever, about having the right thing to say. But it's not. It's about being present. It's about looking someone in the eye and saying, I'm here. This is me. No pretense, no performance, just truth. And if they can't meet you there, that's not your rejection. It's your redirection. You deserve to be flirted with by someone who sees you, someone who listens when you speak, not just hears your words, someone who leans in because your energy draws them, not because you chase them down. That kind of flirtation, the one built on mutual respect, mutual effort, mutual presence, is worth waiting for. But while you wait, don't put your life on hold because someone hasn't seen your worth yet. Don't water yourself down just to be digestible. Some people are not ready for the depth of your spirit. That's not your cue to go shallow. It's your cue to swim with people who can hold their breath and dive deep with you. So when you flirt, flirt boldly. Let it be fun, let it be light, let it be joyful. But let it also be honest. Don't hide behind one-liners. Don't rehearse your lines in your head so much that you forget how to be in the moment. Let go, speak freely, laugh genuinely. Let your energy be your entrance, because when you carry yourself like you're whole, people stop treating you like you need fixing. When you flirt from fullness, not fear, you change the game. Because you're not afraid of losing what was never aligned in the first place. You're not scared of silence after truth. You're not intimidated by someone who pulls away after seeing the real you. You know that the people who are meant to stay will. And they'll stay not because you made it easy, but because you made it real. Don't flirt to be liked. Flirt to feel alive. Don't flirt to be approved of. Flirt to be authentic. Don't flirt to win. Flirt to connect. There's no shame in wanting someone. There's no weakness in making the first move. But do it from power, not from panic. From clarity, not craving. From a place of knowing who you are, not hoping someone else will tell you. You're not too forward, you're clear, you're not too intense, you're passionate, you're not too emotional, you're awake. The people who matter won't just tolerate that, they'll crave it, so trust the timing. Trust your voice, trust the version of you that no longer settles for scraps when your soul knows it's worthy of the feast. And if someone can't sit at your table, let them eat elsewhere. You were never too much. You were simply in the wrong room, and now, finally, you're walking into the right one, with your head held high, your heart wide open, and your energy unshaken, because this is your time, this is your power, this is your presence, and you don't need to be anyone else but you.